Yeah. Sola fide. We're saved by grace through faith alone. Listen. This here is a channel that it moves to, so let me give a rundown, a little who's who. Who knew that our unity would be useful? Scrutiny and abuse, infusing those who were truthful and moving them like some new shoes. Let me give a little demonstration. I know it's hard to imagine it in our generation. Is the Lord just saving us by our works and staying inside the church and gradually accepting payments? Not at all. We need a spiritual reformation. Luther saw this woven inside the text, provoking and causing stress. He was broken, and that effect forced him on to Wittenberg. What he wrote was an honest step to it, even though it's probably not what he meant to do. Take a look at how his statement's grown. We make it known, salvation is by faith alone. Won't break a foe, even in the face of Rome. No,
we're here to make it known, yeah. Salvation is by grace alone. We'll never break a foe, cause salvation is through faith alone.
it ain't by my works or your works or our works or anything that we had ever chose to do. Proclaim it, let them know the truth, and don't ever let it go, just keep it close to you. Cause
we're here to make it known, yeah. Salvation is by grace alone. We'll never break a fold, cause salvation is through faith alone.
it ain't by my works or your works or our works or anything that we had ever chose to do. So proclaim it, let them know the truth, and don't ever let it go, just keep it close to you. Cause
gospel of grace is, listen, no new way of salvation. No new way of salvation, but in Christ it's out of the shadows. So the righteousness of God then is apart from the law. It is witnessed by the Old Testament. Further, the righteousness of God, verse 22, is through faith in Jesus Christ. There's sola fide. Martin Luther said, if this doctrine of sola fide stands, the church stands. If this article collapses, the church collapses.
Yeah, this the foundation that our whole faith is built upon. Sealed and guilt is gone. When His grace is debased and spilt so long, thankfully we know that this faith is a gift of God. It is. What He started, we know He'll accomplish. We hold on and trust in His promise till we staring at Him face to face. We chase His grace in Christ. This ain't faith in faith. Nah, we never rest in the mirror of our own works. Through the body we try to accomplish soul work, but it's through the body we see His accomplished purpose. And though we are not yet perfect, we see that it is His soul work. His alone that'll justify, and anything we try to add to it is just a lie. We must rely on the one who was crushed and died, so trust the vine, and in Him's where we must abide.
We're here to make it known, yeah. Salvation is by grace alone. We'll never break a fold, cause salvation is through faith alone.
It ain't by my works or your works or our works or anything that we had ever chose to do. Proclaim it, let them know the truth, and don't ever let it go, just keep it close to you. Cause
we're here to make it known, yeah. Salvation is by grace alone. We'll never break a fold, cause salvation is through faith alone.
it ain't by my works or your works or our works or anything that we had ever chose to do. Proclaim it, let them know the truth, and don't ever let it go, just keep it close to you. Cause
on the other hand, the Council of Trent said, if anyone says that by faith alone, sola fide, the impious is justified, so that nothing else is required to cooperate in order to obtain the grace of salvation, let him be anathema. Damnation on anybody who thinks salvation is by grace through faith alone. You think there's harmony between Roman Catholicism and true gospel evangelical churches and doctrines? None. It's through faith.
Here's the reason that we mad at you guys. I could care less how you try to categorize us. Ain't no way we gonna rationalize with unbiblical views. Cool, just anathematize us. We can't handle your mixture. We stand with the scriptures. You crazy to think that we banded together with nothing in common. You robbing the gospel of power. You sounding real foreign to us. So what's the cause of the Reformation, huh? This the material one. When they hear it, they try to spirit deny, and we have the spirit. Like Murphy say, we delirious and serious trust. So we bringing it on down. Give them the truth, wow. Praise scriptures, what they be adhering to, but they disputed. A stupid moving, but clueless to what they do, and we excluded unless His merits is imputed to us. Oh,
we're here to make it known, yeah. Salvation is by grace alone.
works or your works or our works or anything that we had ever chose to do. Proclaim it, let them know the truth, and don't ever let it go, just keep it close to you, cause
we're here to make it known, yeah. Salvation is by grace alone. We'll never break or fold, cause salvation is through faith alone.
it ain't by my works or your works or our works or anything that we had ever chose to do. Proclaim it, let them know the truth, and don't ever let it go, just keep it close to you.